everybody, and today I'm going to be doing a all DPS tier list for patch 9.2.5. So yeah, let's start it out. Coming in first is Fury Warrior. It's going to land himself in S tier. I really do think Fury is probably the best out of Fury or Arms for its consistent damage with Banner, and the overall playstyle is more appealing. Second up is coming Arms. I'm going to give Arms a B+ tier. It's still very viable, just it doesn't compete with Fury at all. Coming in third is going to be Havoc Demon Hunter. I'm going to give Havoc, I'm going to put it in C tier. Its burst is okay. Its overall damage isn't that great with how its Fury regen is, and overall I think there's just better specs to play. Coming in third is going to be Assassination Rogue. This is going to land himself in S tier. Assass is absolutely broken with Sepsis right now, and the overall playstyle of it, it's super quick and bursty, deal high amounts of damage, and it's also very good with other CCers like a mage, including its own toolkit of CC of Kidney and all that other stuff. So coming in third is going to be Sub Rogue. I'm going to put Sub at a good B tier. Sub used to be the king. I feel like it fell off now with 9.2.5. Its burst doesn't feel as good. Comparing it to Assass at least, it's still nice to play since you could, if you're a good Sub Rogue, you could lock down the entire enemy team with CCs, but its damage just doesn't compete with Assassination. Coming in at third, it's going to be Outlaw Rogue. I'm going to put Outlaw in C tier. That's just a PvE spec. Its damage isn't that great, and you don't really get that many stuns. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Coming in next is going to be Affliction Warlock. I'm going to put Affliction in A tier. It's nice. Dots go crazy, especially with Soul Rot. High amount of damage over time. Nice. Free cast, and you don't have to sit there and really deal with cast timers. Next is going to be Arcane Mage. I'm going to give Arcane B+ next to Warrior. I'm only putting Arcane Mage in B+. I would put it in B tier, except for with Arcanosphere, how you could get really good setups if you're coordinated with your teammates, and that could just deal high amounts of burst. For now, I'm going to put Boomy in C tier. I feel like with Convoke and everything, it's still good, but its damage feels lackluster recently, so I'm going to put it in C tier. Next is going to be Beastmaster Hunter. I'm going to put Beastmaster in B tier. You basically just press one button. That's about it. Its damage is good. Pet damage is okay. I just feel like if you're going to be playing Hunter, either Marksman, or if you like playing Survival, but I definitely think Marksman's better. Coming up next is Demonology Warlock. I'm going to put Demonology in B tier, compared to Destruction and Affliction. Demonology is probably the worst out of the three, just for the sheer fact that, Demonology is basically the PvE spec. Coming in next is going to be Destruction. I'm going to be putting Destruction in B tier, B+ tier actually, above Demonology. Destro, as you know, you just sit there and press Chaos Bolt. Does great damage, and if you get a good setup, it could really wreck a team. Coming in next is going to be the Elemental Shaman. I'm going to be putting this in B+ tier again. Ele Shaman, really good. You have great counters to stealthies with root totems, and overall, if you get a great setup, then you could do just high amounts of damage. Continuing on with Shaman, our next one is going to be Enhancement Shaman. I'm going to be putting that in A tier. I feel like Enhance is at a good spot right now. High burst damage, low CD cooldowns, and overall it is a great melee class. Coming in next is going to be Feral Druid. I'm going to be putting this in A tier as well. Feral Druid can play any Covenant and still be good. It has great stuns, great mobility, and can deal out some crazy numbers if you have a good setup as well. Again, the king always returns. Fire Mage is going in S tier. Fire Mage is just the best out of all three of the mages in my opinion, as well as its damage goes crazy, especially if you're playing Rogue Mage and, you know, Rogue Mage Priest, all that stuff. So that's why I'm putting it in S tier. Next is going to be Frost DK. I'm going to be putting this in B+ tier. Frost is good. Obliterate goes crazy, but I feel like out of the two Death Knights, Unholy is going to be the better spec out of the two. Coming in next is Frost Mage. I'm going to be putting this in A tier. With the recent 9.2.5 patch, Frost has seen some great changes overall. Its damage feels higher, and Necro ability goes crazy right now, hitting fat frost bolts. So I'm going to be putting it in A tier. Next is going to be Marksman Hunter. I don't know what to say. Marksman does stupid damage in the opener, and you just get crazy numbers. You 100-0 people coming out of a good opener in like 2 seconds. Marksman's just broken. So I'm going to be putting it in A+ tier. Next, Retribution Paladin. Always a great spec, high damage no matter what. It's going to be landing a place in A tier. Shadow Priest. I'm going to be putting this in B tier. I feel like with Shadow Priest right now, fighting it's really easy. And overall, I just feel like its damage is a bit lackluster. So that's why I'm going to be putting it in B tier. Survival Hunter is also going to be going in B tier. I feel like its damage can be good, but overall it's kind of the weaker out of the three specs. So that's why it's going to be landing itself in B tier with Beastmaster. Coming in next is going to be Unholy DK. This is going to land its spot A+ tier. Like I said earlier, Unholy just decimates Frost in PvP. It's so much better with the pet abilities and just constant pet aggro. You can never get away from it. And then, last but not least, Windwalker Monk, going in A+ tier. With this, Windwalker has and always will be, in my opinion, a top tier class to be playing in PvP. Spinning Crane Kick procs are stupid, combined with the legendaries, and it's just overall a high damage, consistent burst, and overall a great spec. So that was my DPS list chart for patch 9.2.5. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions or suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comments below, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.